Hello everyone, and welcome back. Today, as you can see, I'm trying a new style, and I am going to be trying a challenge run idea I had for World of Warcraft. I didn't see anybody who had done this before, but if somebody has, I will tag them if I can find them. The idea is, I can only level up using professions and XP gathered by gathering the items from professions and general exploration, because you can't turn that off. I did make rules for myself, and I did my best to follow those rules. There's plenty of limitations, but it can be done! Unlike what the people on the World of Warcraft Discord server said. Ha ha ha! So, let me go over the rules that I'm going to be abiding by for this challenge. So, rule 1 is that we can only do most quests till level 5. That way we can at least start getting our professions. We can only do quests after level 5 if they are from any profession trainers. I don't know if that was just for the event that was going on at the time or not, but I did find a few. But I haven't found any in this playthrough so far. Once level 5, our main source of income and XP will be professions if we can. This excludes XP from exploring, as that we can't control that. And finally, we can only kill creatures in need for a quest, profession, or we are attacked on our travels, which happens a lot, but we cannot purposely go out and attack if they are not part of a quest. So, with that in mind, we can begin. So for this playthrough, I decided to try out Troll, as I had not played with this race yet and thought it would be fun. As for class, I decided to go Hunter to give us that extra companion and travel. Just a little bit of a security in case we're attacked from behind. It gives us a chance to react, which comes in handy a lot. And I decided to go for like a green and purple kind of color scheme just because I thought it looked really cool. And as for a name, it took a couple of rolls till I finally figured out a name I liked, which is a little bit of a pun. As you can see, it took a lot of rolls for me to finally figure out what I wanted to be, and I decided on Vanilla. Kind of a play on like fins. So I booted up the game and dropped in. I went ahead and just skipped through all of the talking, and I went ahead and cut out the quest until I reached level 5, just because it's not important to the run. Maybe another time I'll come back and try and do the story. Here I was level 5, completed the quest, and was able to get myself a raptor pet, because raptors are cool. They're not quite dragons, but they're cool. I personally prefer dragons. So I went ahead and grabbed a raptor while I was here before going off in search of the nearest town to find some professions. It wasn't too far till I discovered the little town that was on the shore next to our starting area. There wasn't a whole lot here in way of professions, but I did manage to look around and find a fisherman and a couple other professions, but not like any chefs or really much of anything. My first step was to look around and look, see what we could find. And over here, by the docks, I found the fisherman, and that was my first stop. Might as well grab that profession while we're here, because it'll prove useful here in a little bit. So, I grabbed what I could, which, luckily I had enough for everything. And then I don't know why I froze here for a minute. I think I went to go get a drink. So, I came back and was ready to start on my way. After looking around, I found that the only good trainers that I could find was alchemy and herbalism. So I grabbed what alchemy I could and grabbed the herbalism because those two went hand in hand. Luckily, from all the quests I did to level 5, we had enough to get all the training we needed, plus the supplies. Luckily, there was a trade supplier in this building over here. So we grabbed the spade and a couple vials for potions. Now with that, we were out of town, searching for any supplies we could. We found this right outside one of the buildings, which was some silver leaf, and gave us enough for some fishing supplies. I know we should have kept most of our stuff, but we needed the supplies to keep going. So I decided to go over here and fish for a little bit, see what we could fish up to get a little bit more silver and copper. Fishing takes forever, so hope you enjoy. In the end of the little fishing, we did not get any fish, just some scraps. So with that, we were finally on our way down the main road. I could see that there was some herbs on the mini-map, so that's where I was going to find first. As we need as much herbs as we can to make as much potions as we can. I found some peace blooms. Was very careful to avoid the scorpions, but of course, they aggroed. Their range is not the best, so getting too close is pretty easy, unfortunately for us. But we can try to avoid them as best we can. After playing around with my pet settings for a minute, I went back to the main road to continue on. Unless we're off to find a quest or something on the minimap, we are going to stick to the roads. Luckily, right off to the side, there was another bit of herbalism stuff, so we went looking for those. It was, I forget what this stuff is. Earth something. I can never remember what the little root is. I think it's earth root? I don't know. It's some sort of root, but it's very useful. We got attacked by another scorpion, of course. Luckily, they aren't that deadly yet, so we are good. And then we got attacked by another one while looking for more stuff. As you can see, this is going to be a very, very common pattern. I did my best to keep what I could in the video so you could see exactly how I got my XP outside of exploring. Because that would have been annoying. I found some more of the earth root and decided to go explore what these big gates were. After running what felt like forever, we finally found where it was, and it just wasn't anything of use. It was just a small little outpost that held quests, but no trainers and no nothing. So we were back on our way, because what else are you gonna do? We saw more herbs on the mini-map, so we went to go look. And turned out it was some more silver leaf, which we are always going to need. And we continue lurking and got attacked by another scorpion trying to avoid them. But we did find some more earth root. A bit further down the road, we found some more peace blossoms. So we went ahead and grabbed those. And then we found some more stuff. But I can still not understand the minimap that well. So you're going to enjoy several shots of me running around like an idiot, trying to figure out where these stupid plants are. And most of the time, I am way off in my search. So enjoy. Eventually, I did find all of the plants that I was looking for, and we were able to craft some potions after looking around and porting back to classic mode out of the catalyst mode. We crafted a few health potions. Whether we use them or sell them, they will be a great help later on. And it gets our leveling up. And here's another long clip of me running around like an idiot looking for plants that are clearly in the wrong place. We eventually found the peace blossom and the silverleaf, and while trying to gather them, we were attacked by a scout, which thankfully was easy enough to take down, and got us, along with the peace bloom, got us to level 6. Which isn't much, but you'll see how long this is gonna take. A little bit further down the road, we found a little bit more silverleaf. And we found an outpost, which will prove that it has a little bit that we need. Any outpost that we find will be great at emptying out all of our equipment slots and getting new equipment, because unless we find some trainers, we aren't going to get any equipment from leveling. From quest. So we went ahead and tagged the Fight Master here, just in case we ever want to come back here. And we decided to have a little look around and see if we could find any professions and whatnot. We did find the general goods and decided to sell most of the stuff we got from our enemies here to clear out our space. And then we found an armor and shield crafter and was able to upgrade our armor a little bit. We're definitely going to need the protection with how little we're going to be leveling up. Took a look at the weaponsmith, but didn't see anything we could use or that was any better than what we had already. And with that, we were ready to head back out. On our travels, we had to travel through this large ravine, and while I wanted to go look for this plant, it was very obvious it was on the top of the ravine that we would not be able to reach. And it was while we were traveling down this long, long path, I had a realization of just how long this is going to take until we get a mount. But we're only level 6, so that's 4 levels away. And with how long this is going to take, that's going to be a while. So we're going to need to rely on fast traveling. I did not think this through that well. Oh well, back to it. Eventually down the path, we made it to the large capital, I believe it is. We saw what this person was, but they're not a profession, so we can't interact with them. Because we're told we are in the Horde, and we found our way to the capital, and this place is huge, let me tell you. But it has everything that we need right now. We made our way inside after a long walk in, because the entrance is huge, and because of everybody going on, my game started to lag. Also because there was a storm going on and the internet decided to cut out a little bit. I decided to try this little question mark thing and see what happens. I'm not sure what I was expecting, but I got a toy from it. Don't know what it does, and I'm okay with that. While exploring, we found the transmogrifier, however you want to pronounce it. Looked what he had for sale, couldn't afford any because I don't know how to get that currency. And then decided to see if he could change the way my armor looked a little bit. Nothing too drastic, really. Didn't really have much on me. Didn't really like the way most of the armor that I had collected looked. I did decide I want to change my gloves to these little handguard things. They looked a little bit better than what I had on. And that was all I changed, really. But not too bad. After a bit more exploring, I finally found a cooking trainer and got all the levels I could. Won't be making too much of cooking so far, but we do a little bit. And I continued to look around and decided to stop for a minute to make a few more healing potions. Again, not a whole lot, but it's something. Slow and steady wins the race after all. Then, while exploring, we found the troll section and the cooking supplier there. Grabbed a little bit of everything that he had and looked around. I thought about buying a snake, but I did not have enough silver for that. However, I really want one. While we were here, we went ahead and made this spot our inn. That way we can come back here and sell our stuff if we ever need to. And we decided to head out for a little bit since we were near the exit anyway, and just looking around, we found that we were on our little river. We went ahead and found a little spot that we could fish in. So, enjoy the little fishing montage. We got mostly junk, but we did catch a few fish here. After fishing just a little bit more, I decided to see what I could cook. It took a minute to figure out how to get the cooking section set up, but I made it work. After looking around, the only thing I could make was spiced bread. But it was something that would get my level up a little bit. We don't really get XP from it, but this will help us in the long run. I continued looking, seeing what I could look for to create new things, but a lot of it we weren't going to be able to get for a long time. We were then on our way, and we found another fishing spot on the way. A little dock here. And enjoying another fishing montage. You're going to see a lot of these. We didn't fish too long as I didn't want to waste all of my time here, so we decided to get back on the road. I found a signpost and decided to see where I could go. But before I did that, I saw that there was another planet on the minimap and went after that first. It was some more silverleaf, and that was great because we were out again. Then we made our way back to the signpost and looked to see where we could go. For reading, I decided that we were going to go to the Watch thing. I can't remember exactly what it said. We were very careful to avoid predators, but we did get attacked by a cheetah, which went down easy enough. Then we found some more plants along the road, and luckily these birds weren't hostile. Right next to the road we found some more silverleaf, and we made our way to the fort, which was a really cool bridge area, which didn't have a whole lot to offer. I wanted to see what this caravan merchant master wanted, but they wanted a quest that would have us not follow the rules. I was hoping they would sell something, but no. I found a butcher who could take off our extra stuff, and while we were selling things, we got attacked by another cheetah. So, that would give us just a little bit extra stuff to sell and get a few more coins. And pretty close by to the butcher, there was another plant, so I went ahead and went and grabbed that with some more peace blossoms. The area around seemed a bit too dangerous for my liking, so I went ahead and grabbed this last plant that I could see, which was some more silverleaf, being very careful to avoid any danger. And once we got that and looked around a bit more, we could see that there was a little bit more off, and I just thought it was worth the risk to look around and try to find it. And again, I acted like an idiot, unable to read the minimap. I thought I could force my way over this mountain, but I could not, so I had to go around. Luckily, the plant was right on the other side. With that grabbed, we went ahead and used our hearthstone to head back to town. Once back, we decided to go look around and see what else we could find in the town. Gaining a bit more XP as we found the new different sections of the Horde. While looking around, I decided to stop at the barber shop and see what I wanted to change, if anything. First, I looked at the hair and decided that none of the other hairs matched what I wanted. But I didn't really like the face paint, so I went ahead and decided to change it a little bit. I didn't change the color, I just changed the style a little bit. I figured this fit better. And we got an achievement for it, which is nice. While exploring, I found this little elevator shaft and decided to see where it went. It took us to this upper section, which didn't have a whole lot that we could do at the moment, but it was nice to know about. And then we found out that there was a blimp that could take us to another place. I wasn't sure where it went, so I decided to hang out with these guys here, Shatterbone and Slayer. I can't pronounce that name. If you guys see this, hi! So I decided to ride on the blimp just to see where it went. It took a minute before it took off, but I have to admit, it was pretty cool. It took us to this new area, which was literally across the entire world from where we started. I did not stay here long. However, I did explore a little bit just to see what this place was. I found the Wind Rider Master so I could come back here easier without the blimp. Looked around for any trainers but didn't really find anybody. Looked around for some plants. Grabbed one. Then looked at the map. And saw that this area was well beyond what I was level-wise. So I decided to head back. And that's where I'm going to leave this episode, as this took forever to edit. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye!